Hello, my name is Mike Davidson, and I'm the founder of Leadershift. And just wanted to take a few minutes to introduce to you what Leadershift is going to be all about. I've been in the automotive industry for over 3 decades, and one of the things that I've just really kind of discovered is that if we can help businesses grow their employees and the role of being a leader, even if it's just leading themselves, then that business is going to grow as well. I'm a firm believer that the business you're in is only as good as its weakest employee. And so my desire is to come alongside the owner by helping grow their employees in the role of leadership. I remember walking out of my office one day and talking to my advisors, and I said, I am not going to grow this company alone anymore. And I walked back in my office, and now that was a real non-leadership way to do that, and they were probably a little, befuzzled about what was it that just happened. Uh, but it really is a burden to run a small business. There's a lot that the owner has to do and to manage, and so I believe that if we can grow the employees in their role, that we're going to help that business grow, and we're going to sort of share the burden of leadership. You see, growth is really the only guarantee of a better tomorrow. Who doesn't want a better tomorrow? I'd say we need a better tomorrow right now, but growth is not automatic. Uh, it's not like the way you're born and you just grow up. That doesn't happen here. Growth it doesn't happen just because you have a plan. Um, Growth does not come without a commitment to learn. And so we're going to talk about that. Growing and learning should never stop. When you're through learning, you're through. That's the words of my great grandfather. Might be the only thing I remember him ever saying. Well, he probably said more than that, but that's the only thing I remember. So you see, there's no finish line in this life. There's really only growth. And so I want to help you finish well, where maybe even your tombstone just says that you ran out of breath, that you are continuing to grow and to learn even to the end. So there's just really no way to continue growing without taking on the understanding or the persona that you've got to be a lifelong learner. It's like I tell young men who are married, say, look, you got to become a student of your wife, and by the way, you're never going to graduate, which is always encouraging. John Maxwell says that everything rises and falls on leadership, and it seems to me that the leaders in our country have sort of lost their way. Sort of the examples that we have before us, or even seems to be a leadership deficit. So I have a real desire to help you individually grow as the leaders. Um, I'm not going to give you like a lot of leadership assignments or homework. I certainly will be able to recommend books to you as we come across different things or difficulties you have. So there'll be very little homework, but there will be a need for a lot of thinking and a lot of what I call self-reflection. And what's incredible is that every one of you are in a position to put into practice what you learn right away, even if it's just a perspective that you learn in our time together. And we're going to grow together, and we will learn an incredible amount from one another. I'm not going to be the only teacher. See, you're going to be able to help teach too, just by sharing, just by being willing to open up and talk. Because if there's one characteristic that every leader must have, is the willingness and the understanding that he or she is not the smartest person in the room. If you think you're the smartest person in the room, you probably ought to find another room. So not only will I be facilitating our learning together, you'll have the opportunity to ask any questions about either what I teach, or even if it's a specific situation that you are in, you'll be able to ask that question. Your owner has determined that you're worth an investment. I mean, at the end of all this, that's their determination, and their investment. They're investing in you because they want to see you grow right where you are to be a better you. So come join us in Leadership and be ready to grow.